Central bank's loan restriction policy sparks public discontent. Guide dies protecting hikers in Taitung Hornet attack. Shin drops, Taishin rises after merger announcement. Missing scissors leads to delays and cancellations at Japan airport. China approves 11 nuclear power projects. Bus crashes in Iran, killing at least 28 people. BMW recalls cars with water pump that could short circuit. The oldest person in the world dies at 117.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Friday, August 23rd, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, the central bank's loan restriction policy has sparked public discontent, leading to a second press release aimed at quelling concerns. The bank emphasized that the policy won't impact loans for self-use homes or urban renewal projects. Instead, it encourages banks to manage real estate loans autonomously, aligning with government objectives like the youth housing loan program. The bank also clarified that this is a suggestion for overall loan management, not a mandate for individual cases, to avoid unnecessary public unrest. A group of 20 hikers was attacked by hornets on the Jingshuyan Trail in Taitung, resulting in 3 injuries. Tragically, a 41-year-old guide succumbed to his injuries while protecting the group. The hike, organized by legislator Zhong Jiaping's office, ended with all participants safely returning home. Shin Financial and Taishin Financial announced their merger yesterday, causing a one-day trading halt. Upon resuming today, Shin stock plunged 7%, opening at 11.8 NT dollars, while Taishin stock surged over 3.5%, opening at 19.4 NT dollars. A missing pair of scissors caused more than 200 flights to be canceled or delayed at one of Japan's biggest airports. According to a news release from the airport's operator, staff at a store in New Chito's airport reported the missing item on Saturday. As a result, officials at the facility in the northern Hokkaido prefecture decided to temporarily suspend all flights, close security checkpoints, and conduct security inspections. A total of 201 flights, 129 departures, and 72 arrivals were delayed, while a further 36 were canceled.
Passengers who had already been screened had to be re-screened, and security checks were suspended for approximately 2 hours to ensure safety. The scissors were found by an employee at the store the day after they went missing, following a search. The store delayed announcing the loss until it had verified that the found scissors were the same pair. The investigation will continue because the scissors must be taken out of a locked storage locker every time they are used. Among those delayed was the Japanese rock band 9mm Parabellum Bullet, which was unable to perform at the Rising Sun Music Festival in Hokkaido because its flight was cancelled.
State-run China Energy News reported that officials on August 19th approved the construction of 11 nuclear reactors across the country, part of a wave of new reactors that could see China surpass both the U.S. and France in terms of operating reactors by the end of the decade. A subsidiary of China's state-owned China General Nuclear Power Corp said it has received approval to move forward with the construction of 6 nuclear reactors across 3 sites. These approvals were noted in a CGN filing with the Hong Kong Stock Exchange on Monday.
China Energy News reported that the State Council signed off on new reactors at sites across Jiangsu, Shandong, Guangdong, Zhejiang, and Guangxi. The agency said the total investment for all 11 units would be at least 220 billion yuan, $31 billion. Construction of the new reactors is expected to be completed within the next 5 years. China, which is building more new nuclear power capacity than any other country, approved 10 new reactors in both 2023 and 2022. There are currently 56 operating reactors in China, providing about 5% of the country's total electricity demand. Nuclear power analysts expect approvals for at least 10 new reactors each year for the next few years.
A bus carrying Shiite pilgrims from Pakistan to Iraq crashed in central Iran, killing at least 28 people. There were 51 people on board at the time of the crash, and 23 others suffered injuries, 14 of them seriously. According to the state-run IRNA news agency, the crash occurred Tuesday night in the central Iranian province of Yazd. All of the bus passengers were from Pakistan. Iranian state television later broadcast images of the bus, which was turned upside down on the highway with its roof smashed in and all its doors open.
Rescuers stepped carefully through the broken glass and debris littering the road. In the state TV report, Malekzada blamed the crash on the bus's brakes failing and the driver's lack of attention. A surveillance video later aired by state TV showed the bus speeding past a parked car into a dirt lot just before the crash, narrowly missing bystanders. In Pakistan, authorities described those on the bus as being from the city of Larkana in the southern Sindh province. Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif said he was deeply saddened by the crash and that diplomats were providing assistance to those affected.
According to a regulatory filing on Tuesday, BMW is recalling more than 720,000 vehicles over a water pump connector that may short-circuit, increasing the risk of a fire, the latest notice by the automaker after hundreds of thousands of the cars were recalled last month. BMW recalled 105,000 vehicles earlier this month, including some 2023 series sedans, for a starter motor that can overheat and ignite nearby combustible material in the engine, increasing the risk of a fire. The automaker said it was not aware of any accidents or injuries caused by the defect.
Last month, BMW recalled more than 681,000 vehicles across two separate recalls. About 390,000 cars were equipped with recalled airbag inflators, which have an increased risk of exploding in a crash. Another 291,000 vehicles were equipped with a rear cargo rail, a bar on the car roof, that could become damaged in a rear-end collision, causing the rail to detach. The recall affects some cars manufactured between 2012 and 2017, including BMW X1, X4 xDrive 28i, and X3 sDrive 28i, among others. These cars are equipped with a water pump that, due to insufficient sealing, could leak fluid onto an electrical plug connector, potentially causing a short circuit and increasing the risk of fire.
Maria Brenes Moreira, the oldest person in the world, has died at 117 years old. Her family announced via X on Tuesday. Maria Brenes has left us. She has died as she wanted, in her sleep, peacefully and without pain. We'll always remember her for her advice and kindness. She was born in San Francisco on March 4th, 1907. 8 years later, her family traveled to New Orleans, where they boarded a ship and relocated to Catalonia, Spain. The supercentenarian, who lived through 2 world wars and 2 pandemics, attributed her longevity to luck.
In 2020, at the age of 113, Brenes Moreira was diagnosed with COVID-19 but recovered. She posted about the loneliness she experienced at the time, writing, "Loneliness is very bad because of the sensations and feelings of insecurity it produces, and because of the fears it generates. I realize that these fears impair my faculties and diminish my quality of life." In the post announcing her death, her family shared Brenes Moreira's reflections from a few days prior. "One day I will leave here. I will not try coffee again, nor eat yogurt, nor caress fairy." She died at the Residencia Santa Maria del Tura nursing home in Olot, Catalonia, where she had lived for more than 20 years.
The answer for yesterday was B, impose. The new government decided to impose a higher tax on imported electronics to support local manufacturers. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of BMW recalls cars with water pump that could short circuit. Number 1, ignite, 点燃使燃烧. The match was used to ignite the campfire. Number 2, combustible, 易燃的. The warehouse stored large quantities of combustible materials. Number 3, recall, 召回撤回. The company decided to recall the defective products from the market. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced next week. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.